Good morning and welcome to this episode of the I Drop Podcast. As we preview Big South baseball for 2025, I'm joined by the head baseball coach at Winthrop, Mike McGuire, and senior outfielder Kobe Kropf. Coach Kobe, good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Good, how are you?
Coach, being your first year at Winthrop, what has the build up to the season been like as far as being able to kind of put things in place?
It's been a busy 6, 7 months, I'll tell you that. When I took the job in June, you know, you're I was putting a coaching staff together. We brought 25 players in this summer, between junior college ranks, some high school kids, and the transfer portal. So we completely rechanged our roster. And doing that over the course of the summer, and then fall practice starts, fall workouts start. You're trying to change the culture of your club. They're trying to get to know you. You're trying to get to know them. You're trying to evaluate. There's a large process involved there. And then, as well as, I got a great baseball facility that hadn't had a whole lot done to it for 17 years. So, you're trying to wear a CFO hat, and we've made a tremendous facility improvements since I got here. So it's been a 6, 7 month whirlwind. If the next 6 months go as well as the first 6 months, that means we'll be in a regional somewhere, and I'll take that. But it's been wide open since about June 14th when I accepted this position, but it's been good. And I really like our club. I like the culture we're building, and we're looking forward to going out and competing with this group here real soon.
Kobe, when you look at, I know that you were named the preseason player of the year. When you heard that, what went through your mind, and how soon did you kind of just say, you know what, that's fine, but it's time to focus on the season?
Yeah, you hear a lot of preseason stuff, and to me, it's just another award. It's cool to accept it, but at the end of the day, you want to hear your name called at the post. So, um, like I said, it's cool to hear that, but to me, it didn't really mean much. It's cool. I'll take it. But I wanna make sure it happens post. So.
Which you had coached at Winthrop before as an assistant. What was it like coming back?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great. A big part of the draw for me. Uh, I was there for 12 years. I had a 3 years, 6 years, and I had a 3 year stint as a D2 head coach, and then went back for 6 more years. So I basically had a 15-year stint there where I either coached or recruited or both every guy that played in that program. And they kind of did to me what I did to them years ago. But I mean, they recruited hard. Once the job came open at Winthrop this summer, and the opportunity to get a lot of alumni involved in the program, give back to the program, help upgrade our facilities, and get ourselves back on the map. I mean, that's the goal, is to get back on the map. At one time, this was one of the top mid-major programs in the country, and that regularly went to NCAA regionals. My goal is to get back to that, and I feel like the support's been really good in helping us to make small gains every day, but those small gains are going to be big gains down the road, and you've seen it. Our facility, doesn't really even resemble what it looked like June 14th, and that's credit to some of our alumni and our administration to help make a lot of that stuff happen. And it's been great to get back in the community. My wife and I loved our time in Rock Hill. My two oldest kids were, spent the early first 5 years of their lives in Rock Hill. My daughters scraped their knees on the Winthrop ballpark too many times to remember. So I mean, we have a lot of history there, and a lot of old friends that it's been great to rekindle a relationship with.
Kobe, what was the light that turned on from your junior to senior year where the hitting changed and just you had a season high 5 hits, two doubles, you had a couple home runs, just ability just to see the ball differently, or was it just a part of the maturation process?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in what you do off the field. With that being said, just kind of preparation off the field, who you are off the field reflects who you are on the field. So I had to kind of straighten out a little bit as a mature off the field before I could do anything on the field. And so then once I started seeing the light of day kind of off the field and trying, changing some daily habits. That kind of led to on the field stuff. So, um, yeah, just kind of growing off the field. And then once stuff started feeling good and still kind of dealing with the uncomfortable stuff, um, it made seeing the baseball a little bit better. So, I say starting off, maturing off the field, and then when it came to on the field, it's another. I kind of see it as a not necessarily just uh, what do you call it? Like a hobby or anything. It's more of just like this is something I want to grow on and keep working. So, but that I think it was key to also develop my mindset to be able to see the ball better. So,
Coach, as a former player, it has probably been a while since you played, but could you step in and give us a game?
Could I give you a game?
Yes.
My play career's long gone. Hey, I'd love to keep playing, but guys have seen me turn a few double plays in practice from time to time. I'm aware that my play. I wish I could play, but I love to compete as much as anybody. But I can recognize that my career's over. So.
I hear you. Now, Kobe, you had this is, you had what made you choose Winthrop after playing somewhere else for the better part of your career?
yeah, definitely the trust factor. I feel like in today's game, the trust and loyalty, especially with all the new stuff going on with money and stuff, is almost out the door. And so, coming back to him, that's someone I can lean on. He's not just a coach, but he's also a father figure too when it comes to off the field stuff. So, yeah, when I first hopped on the phone call out of the second portal. It's good to hear his voice, and so it was kind of just like, what, this is the right move, and like I said before, it was an easy choice. So yeah, this is just someone I can trust.
Coach, you have built winning programs wherever you have went. Is there a process to it, or did you take every job as a different build?
I think you learn from each build, and I think your experience you draw on each one, hopefully it makes the build happen quicker. I took over Morehead State. The job was open for a reason, and we won 16 games my first year. That was a tough year, but 2 years later we were in a regional, and but just kind of learning how to do that, and what it takes. And certainly the game's changed now with the transfer portal, and you have an opportunity to build something maybe a little quicker than what you did, back in 2012 when I took the Morehead State job. But I think you gotta understand what's important to you, and certain things that are going to be an important piece of your program, and the type of kid you're looking for, the type of player you're looking for. And we have a system and a certain type of individual and certain type of player that we look for that I think thrives under playing for me, and is the type of player that I enjoy recruiting, and the type of kid that I think you can build a program around. So uh, it doesn't mean you get them all, but I think you try to collect as many of those like type players that are really competitive. Are baseball players first, maybe athletes second. I think sometimes, um, I've had pro scouts say this about my team once in a while. Is that it's a really good college team, and I almost take that as an insult from a pro scout, but at the same time, that's kind of my job is to build a really good college team. And I've been at coaching at some places that aren't the easiest to recruit to. And so, it's not like you're getting all, four or five tool guys, those guys are really hard to get. So, I'm excited to be at a place now where I think we can draw more of those higher profile kids, but it's still recruiting kids that have the right makeup and work habits that you want to embody in your program.
Kobe, what advice would you give a incoming freshman player about how competitive the Big South Conference is?
I think the first thing is shut up and listen. Learn from the older guys first. I think that's the biggest key is they haven't played at this level yet, and so I think leaning on the big guys who've been around and know what it's like, been to a couple seasons, been to a championship here and there. I think that's the first thing. I think another thing is taking it step by step and not comparing yourself to another pitcher or another team, especially being a freshman. Um, I think just taking it step by step and just learning the fundamentals of the mental and the physical game first. So
Coach, last question to you. When dealing with a player with a slump, two-part question. Is a slump mental, physical, or both?
I think each one's a little different, but I think it can be both. And I think that's part of being a coach is learning how to balance those. And to me, I think as a player, I don't think you can approach everyone the same way. Sometimes you got a kid and you need to go to the cage and you need to try to work a flaw out, make a change. You know what? Sometimes you need to go in the cage with a kid, put the ball on the tee and hit with him for half an hour and remind him how good he is. I think so. There's no perfect formula remedy for fixing kids. I've seen kids. I mean, obviously, Kobe had a phenomenal year last year. Last year, he started slow. He didn't have a very good first 10 games or so of the season. And, I think even the best players have a little doubt. I think Kobe would tell you he wasn't as confident in game 10 as he was in game 60 last year, and I think I mean, we say all the time, you got to have short-term memory in this game, but sometimes that's tough to do as a hitter, and you know, that's the beauty of having older, more experienced guys. You asked Kobe about the freshman question, and that's a good question, but the hardest part with the freshmen is they haven't gone 2 for 20, had a 2 for 20 stretch yet. I mean, whereas, you get a guy like Kobe that's, in his fifth year of college. I mean, he's had a great career, but he's had a stretch in there somewhere where, it wasn't the level he's accustomed to, but he's better equipped right now to handle that stretch if it happens again because of having gone through it before.
The head baseball coach at Winthrop University, Mike McGuire, senior outfielder Kobe Kropf, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the iDrop Podcast.
Appreciate it.
thank you.